Hey everyone, Brent here with venompads.com doing bridge saw blades for dummies video 8 entitled Why is cutting quartzite harder than cutting quartz? Further explained. So here's the number one reason. Quartzite is more compact than quartz. Quartzite is a natural stone made by nature, where quartz, when the people say quartz, it's really meant engineered stone quartz. So they both have quartz in it. For example, quartz is a natural mineral found in the earth. So quartzite has a high concentration of that quartz. And imagine these as quartz molecules. In quartzite, it's way more compressed, so it's compacted. It's almost like metal. So the blade's gonna have a really tough time cutting through it. Where with quartz, meaning engineered stone, they mine quartz, they grind it up, and it's in what's called quartz. But what they use is man-made fillers to adhere the quartz. So quartzite's like this, quartz there's space in between the quartz. So all that space in between, like this rolls of tape, you see the space, is filled with man-made filler to adhere to it. So the blades, real easy, can cut through the quartz because there's space. And plus that space also helps the diamond blades to be dressed and stay clean with the segments. Where quartz, the design of the blade has to be, for quartzite, the blade of the space has to be created in the blade, where with quartz, it's really easy for the blades to naturally dress in between it. Now to dive deeper, there's a range of quartz. So quartz, once again, it has quartz in it, engineered quartz. So there's different size quartz. Like if you ever are cutting quartz and you see the bigger like circles, that's harder to cut because there's bigger chunks of quarried quartz in the quartz. So for instance, I have different sizes. So you have engineered quartz with bigger chunks of quartz, like this roll of tape. Then you have quartz with, it goes smaller chunks of quartz, like these different sizes, okay? Then you have the quartz where it's really grainy, where it's hard to see the quartz, like the size of this. So once again, the smaller stuff is really easy to cut because there's more filler in between the small chunks of quartz. Where the quartz in the engineered quartz that are bigger are a little bit more harder because the blade can hit a solid piece and it has to cut through it. Where with the smaller pieces of quartz, it kind of just cuts right between what adheres the two pieces. Like for instance, I'll show you this. In engineered quartz, it's on the smaller stuff, the space is still the same. So the blade cuts through it easy. And the hitting at the smaller quartz is less common as in the bigger pieces of engineered quartz where the quartz is bigger. So basically, a recap, quartzite is not man-made. It's from the earth, nature made it. Everything is compacted, it's like metal. Where quartz, once again, we're referring to engineered stone quartz, is man-made. So no matter how they put the quartz in it, in smaller chunks, big chunks, little chunks, there is man-made polymers, or I don't want to say polymers, some type of man-made ingredient that holds those quartz chunks and molecules together after the process of doing it. And all that man-made stuff they use in it is really easy for the blades to get through and stay. And plus it actually helps the blades get dressed. Because some of the quartz has different, engineered quartz has different amounts of silicon in it, which is basically marble powder. And marble powder is really easy to help the blade stay dressed and clean. This is why it gets so confusing when guys are cutting quartzite. It's night and day from cutting quartz. And plus, it gets almost night and day when you're cutting engineered quartz, because depending on the size of the chunks that they're using to make it, like imagine these are different chunks of quartz. They use different grain quartz in making engineered quartz. And the smaller grain stuff is a lot easier for the blade to cut through because there's smaller amounts of quartz and the space in between the quartz, the blades cut through. So I hope this video was very educational.